the Matatu Owners Association, Kimutai, is quoted to be saying that we will comply with rules. He says that the operators have to comply because the rules have always been there. It's not something new, and if they do not, then they will go to jail. I'm just wondering, why do we have to have problems, people accessing this public service transport, when people are told that they have to keep to the rules?
You know, it's only in Kenya where people are told you need to comply with the rules, and the next thing they say is that we're going to pull away from the service because you're insisting that we comply with the rules. The failing is twofold. The enforcer and the matatu operators. Because as we said, these rules have been in place since a long time ago. You know all along you're supposed to fit your vehicle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. This should be commonplace. It should not be as a result of a crackdown. Then even with the police, the enforcers, routinely when you look for a car, you're looking for things that you know are going to get you a quick bribe. You don't enforce that which is supposed to be routine until people think the rules are suspended.
Right.
And then now when they are being enforced, you find people, the backlash, oh, we are going to withdraw our services. Are they the ones paying your loan at the bank? When you withdraw your services, who's going to feed your children? Who's going to pay for your bills? So it's not like you're doing the public a favor. You are providing a service, but you're also benefiting from the service.
Right.
But at the same time, Kenyans, we need to become a little bit serious, because you saw the lady who was saying she'd been at the bus stop since an hour and a half ago, is it? And she's going to Ngong Road. From railway, she just walked down Haile Selassie, slowly too, not even in any particular hurry, walked up the upper hill, crossed Kenyatta. It would take her at most 40 minutes to get there. But I'm part of that victim mentality where if I'm at the bus stop waiting for, I'll wait and wait. And sometimes if you do a cost-benefit analysis of where you're headed, how much time it's taking, how much it's gonna cost you eventually when the matatu comes after 3 hours, really, hakuna kitu umeokoa. But we don't have that walking culture in Nairobi anymore, such that somebody is fine standing at a bus stop for 2 hours
waiting for a
and then to pay double fare. I think we all need a refresher, you know, just a newness. Because I saw that with my grandfather when he would come, God rest his soul, when he would come from the village and come to Nairobi, he never took matatus anywhere. So he'd be living with us in Buruburu. He'd go to see my auntie in Kariobangi South. He would walk to Shauri Moyo, spend my day with the other auntie, and then walk back to... And we used to ask, why are you walking everywhere? It's like, but it's just over here. I think we need to recover that Nova mentality. Nova.
All right. I don't know whether...
Well, for me, first of all, it is unfortunate. The only thing that we need to do with matatus is change the attitude of the driver and the conductor. Because for sure, if you can't change your attitude, even if we bring back the rules, and they were there, who refused them? Themselves. They decided we don't need rules anymore. You look at the Rongai route, it is the most unfortunate route with some matatus that look like ghosts. You know, whoever brought in that fashion, it's just, and that is why I look at the families, when that matatu blew itself at Langata and just went because of being driven recklessly. I mean, to date, imagine those families, how they feel. So for me, I want to tell CS Matiang'i, you have to do the real Michuki, kabisa.
But he is in charge of security.
Well, Macharia and him. For Macharia, I don't want to talk about Macharia much, because these rules, if he was really serious, he would have already asked Matiang'i to really assist him, because you need the security team also to help you to enforce. The matatus, the driver and the conductor must go back into, okay, not the maroon one, but can wear another nice outfit that, I mean, that just blows out and you feel that I want to enter this matatu. And then we need to ask ourselves, do we really need still the loud music that is on the Isili route or whatever? No. Do we really need to see all those madoidos? I don't think so. So for me, it is, if you're going back to Michuki route, rules, then remember what he did, repainting and all that. Are you going to do it? Or you can leave usanii kidogo nyuma, but the whole matatu looks the same as you go. I mean, something has to be done.
Okay, and of course, the background to how the matatus changed how they used to look, of course, you recall that the president announced that people should be allowed to do
yeah,
graffiti
that's why
on
I'm
the
saying you can do
matatus.
it from behind. He never said now, I mean, you know, sometimes we take advantage at it because the president said, then you go and do a whole different thing on what the president said. Because even when I look at the art, it is fantastic, yes. But then do it in a manner where somebody can understand this is still a public vehicle.
Yeah, because they were supposed to have maintained a prominent main color, supposed to have displayed the yellow stripe,
Yes.
and then now you do whatever graffiti you're doing over and above that.
Yeah.
But like the matatus, like from Rongai that she's pointing to, and some in other areas, the graffiti is so much. There's no main color.
No main color.
There's zero yellow stripe. The yellow stripe is a pin stripe, and then they say that that's the. So the rules have been bent until then. It's now non-existent.
In fact, the front looks like, you know those
Transformers.
movies. You might think, hey. So when you look at the matatu coming, you're wondering, okay, it's a real mat, eh?
It's a robot.
It's like a robot or something.